The 2023 Nigerian presidential election will be held on 25th February 2023 to elect the president and vice president of Nigeria. All we need to make Nigeria work is good leadership. We have all it takes. We have over 200 million vibrant and intelligent people, and we are endowed with lots of resources as a nation. All we need is leadership that will harness all these resources. Get your PVC and vote for a good leader in 2023 presidential election. This is a debate between the candidate of All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi. I will be sharing with you things they did when they were governor of their state, as well as what they promised to do for Nigerians if elected as president of Nigeria in 2023. I will also discuss about the secret things you don't know about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi. So do well to subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. In this channel I share interesting videos. Thank you. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Here are some of his achievements when he was the governor of Lagos State. Power. Tinubu's government contacted AES to build an IPP that would generate 270 megawatts of electricity to Lagos residents in order to exceed the rotational power supply being provided by the federal government. The 270 megawatts of electricity is now part of our national grid. It is the first of its kind. Tinubu's electrification project covered over 100 communities. Infrastructure. Bola Ahmed Tinubu built roads, railway road maps, port road maps, housing road maps, hospital road maps, and many others. Bola Tinubu is the brain behind the bus rapid transit system, popularly known as BRT, in Lagos State. In education, Bola Ahmed Tinubu built many schools and he paid WAEC fees for students in Lagos State. Talking about empowerment, he created many agencies which helped to create jobs for the youth and it reduced unemployment in the state. Housing and investment. Decentralization of Ministry of Works and Housing gave birth to conversion of Housing Department to a full-fledged ministry, which was charged with providing 500 units of houses yearly. This single move led to making the Lekki Corridor the fastest growing real estate investment in Nigeria. Housing sector was opened to private investors and Lagos became the highest destination for real estate investors in Nigeria. Lekki Free Trade opened Lagos to investors and now top companies have their headquarters in Lagos State, Nigeria. Bola Ahmed Tinubu contributed a lot to the development of Lagos State, although Lagos State was the capital of Nigeria from 1914 to 1991, when the capital was moved to Abuja. Peter Obi. Here are some of his achievements when he was the governor of Anambra State. Management of funds. Under Peter Obi, Anambra State became the first state in Nigeria to start sub-sovereign wealth savings, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. At a time, many other governors were leaving huge debt, but Peter Obi left the equivalent of $500 million investment in Anambra State in both local and foreign currency, including $156 million denomination bonds. The Nigerian Debt Management Office (DMO) rated Anambra State the least indebted state in Nigeria, and Peter Obi received praise for not borrowing money to complete his projects. The Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria rated Anambra State as the most financially stable state in the country during Peter Obi's tenure. Education. Peter Obi oversaw the return of schools to their original missionary owners, with the government continuing to cater for the school staff salaries, while the missions were in charge of general administration. This proved to be a super efficient strategy, as Anambra State rose from the 24th position out of 36 states to become number 1 in National Examination Council (NECO) and West African Examination Council exams for 3 consecutive years. This move made the World Bank to commission a study led by the renowned Professor Paul Koilan of Oxford University in the state. Peter Obi's government procured and distributed over 30,000 computers to secondary schools in the state, including 22,500 units of HP. The managing director for Personal System Group HP Corporation, Mr. Fabrice Compoy, described the development as the biggest of such projects in the Middle East and Africa. Peter Obi's administration provided Microsoft academics to over 500 secondary schools, which the head of Microsoft in Nigeria, Mr. Ken Spain, described as the most expensive for such deployment in Africa so far. His government provided internet access to over 500 secondary schools. The CEO of Galaxy Backbone, Mr. Gerald Delokwe, described this as incomparable to any other state in the country. More than 700 buses were provided for secondary schools in the state during Obi's government. Boreholes were provided in all schools across the state. New classrooms were built in all the 177 communities of the state. Economy. Peter Obi's government invited many companies to build their facilities in Anambra State. A case in point is Sabmiller, the largest brewery company in Africa, which built its first greenfield facility in Anambra State. A number of other companies followed the Sabmiller initiative and were all supported and encouraged by Obi's government. An example is Innoson Motors Manufacturing Company, from which Obi's government purchased over 1,000 vehicles for government use. During Peter Obi's tenure, Anambra State became an oil-producing state. Talking about health, Peter Obi built many hospitals in Anambra State, and in empowerment, his Youth Empowerment Fund initiative boosted job creation and also helped many young businesses thrive. Infrastructure. Peter Obi's government undertook a massive construction of internal roads and oversaw a large scale of electrification projects all over the state. Obi built the first secretariat complex to house the state government ministries that were scattered around the state. Peter Obi built many good roads, and his government attracted the World Bank support on erosion, National Erosion and Watershed Management Project to Anambra State. Peter Obi's government was the first to do poverty mapping in Nigeria as a guide for the effective implementation of the state's poverty alleviation strategies. Peter Obi did well when he was the governor of Anambra State. This is what the current governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo, said about Peter Obi's governance.
Tell you for the records, Anambra State has the lowest unemployment of any state in Nigeria at 13%. National Bureau of Statistics, not Anambra State numbers. Anambra State has poverty rate declined from 53% under Peter Obi to 14.78 as at last year, National Bureau of Statistics. Not our own numbers. Anambra State has the lowest underemployment rate at 17% of any state in Nigeria, National Bureau of Statistics.
The money Peter Obi left when he was the governor of Anambra State was used to build an international airport by former Governor Willie Obiano.
I know Anambra very well. And so, when I met the governor who had just finished his tenure, I asked him, I said, my dear brother, I had been longing to thank you immensely. You did something remarkably well. God bless you. He said, my brother, what is that? I said, the international airport you built in Oka. I said, I am exceedingly happy. He said, oh my God, I'm happy hearing it from you. Then I added, I said, where did you get the money? He said, Biko, now my former colleague left the money behind. I laughed at I said, he left it. He said, frankly speaking, he left money and foreign currency. It's the money I saw. I said, look, let me leave a legacy before we go.
Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Peter Obi, who is the best candidate for the 2023 presidential election? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Thank you.